Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of What's Up Wednesdays with your host, Polish Gaming. Now without further ado, we get into it this week. I managed to get this one called Duck Run. Now this was by a company called AFIL Games. It's a relatively pretty all good platformer. I didn't mind it. It gets to a point where it becomes honestly like it just the level of hard goes up, and everyone looking online, it's supposed to be a really easy game. But I mean, as you watch here, most of the levels are pretty easy until you get to level 12. Level 12, because you basically got to jump and dash, and then you got to jump, dash, hit something, refill your dash, dash again, jump. So you got to do basically all these things, and you know a game's pretty intense when it's got a death rate, a death counter in the corner. And I think by the end of this game, once I finished it, I was over 500 deaths. It was crazy. Like I say, there was no deaths pretty much nearly up until level 12. If there was any, it was just maybe stupidity or just being a little bit silly. But other than that, level 12 was a doozy. Once you get past that, it becomes alright. I think level 14 was a little bit harder, but then after that, it gets pretty easy to the level 30 to finish off the game. But it's a 2000 gamer score and pretty easy platformer there, except for that level 12 part. The next one here is a relatively interesting one. It's She Wants Me Dead by Red Deer Games. Now this one here is 1000 gamer score. It's another platformer, but it's actually a pretty fluid platform, the jumping styles. And if you see in this, I actually died quite a few times. I actually realized like, and basically one of the achievements is to finish the level gold, which means that no deaths, no nothing like that. Basically get to the end, no deaths, and you're all good. Then there's what will get to the entire end of the game, all golds. Then there's a no deaths run, and then there is a timed run, which you have to do under 9 minutes. Now, this would nearly be impossible because of the fact that how ruthless the game is, how ruthless the traps are. They set you up, and it's basically set up to fail. There is a glitch for this one, luckily enough, and it's a little bit hit and miss. When you're doing the normal levels, it's pretty easy. When you're doing the actual, when you're going back over it and you have to do the physical, pretty much no deaths. So when you're doing a no deaths run, it starts to get a little bit annoying because basically the best way to do it is you got to hold pretty much the controller, push forward, jump, and then push start. Hold A and then push start, and you'll go all the way to the end. Now basically you look online, there's the levels where it says you got to pretty much push you got to unpause the game before you actually get to the end, because this thing about the game, it's like the old original Super Mario. When you go forward, the level goes like that, so you can't go back past that point. So once you're here, you can't go back. You can't go backwards. So it's like that. So if you go past the finish, you'll go too far. And so basically it's all about it. I'm pretty sure like the first level's like 32 seconds, the next level's 20, but there is a guide for it. So it's relatively easy once you get the hang of it. But there is a bit of an issue that when you're doing that pause technique, that you can die. So I got to level 5 twice on a no deaths run, and I died in that run. And looking online, that was the worst level for it. So it's a bit glitchy on that side of it. Now, last game here for the Xbox One is League of Enthusiastic Friends. Now, this one, there is not much to write home about. It's pretty much, in a sense, like a story game. There's 2 achievements that are missable, which is basically patting the dog 1 time and patting the dog 5 times. The first achievement, you find the dog. The next achievement after that, you can pretty much wipe those missables out by just pushing Y 5 times over the dog. Pretty easy. Everything else is story orientated. As you can see by the story, I was skipping past all the dialogue. I kind of got a little bit of the gist of it, that basically you're pretty much on a treasure hunt. And it looks like it's made by a Russian developer. I mean, I don't know if it's made by Red Deer Games, but I don't know if the actual publisher that was a publisher or the developer. So maybe the people that made it were Russian, because it's got a lot of Russian. Well, I'm guessing it looks like Russian because it's got that very interesting symbols in their in their language. So yeah, like I say, not much to write home. You're pretty much just going on. As you can see by this, it's very boring. It's just keep going forward, talk to people, go to the next part, talk to people, go to the next part, talk to people. That's pretty much the entire game. Nothing to write home about. Not really great of a game, but hey, it's 1000 gamer score, so it's not too bad. Now, that's unfortunately me for this week in terms of the gamer score for Xbox. Now, that's 4000 gamer score, and I'm currently sitting at 1,260,325. Now, I am going to go a lot more harder this month. Last month was a bit of a slow month. I think I only had like 20-something thousand. So this month, I'm at least intending to try and hit maybe 80 to 100,000, depending. I really need a PC to get those achievements on the Windows games, though. All right. Now, next one here, I'll put up a little video because unfortunately with this one, I don't have any capture cards, and I'll be playing off this off my RG36. I think it's a R6 3S or RG 3S or something like that. Basically, it's just an emulated system that has a lot of games on it. Now, with those, like I say, with the emulated games, I will not play the games that I don't physically own. Therefore, I'm absolutely in the legal side of owning these, well, pretty much playing these games online, because the only reason why I do this is because I don't have any kind of modded Game Boy Color, or anything like that. I do have a Game Boy Micro, but unfortunately it doesn't play original Game Boy games, and my Game Boy Advance isn't a backlit model. It's the original AGS, I think. No, I think it's the AGS. I think there's an AES and AGS. I think it's the AGS. It's a non-backlit model though, the long one. Yeah, so with this, you'll be seeing me up in the corner here playing these games. I'm basically just going to put it in front of me and play the game on my, because it's got a good backlit screen and it's the original games regardless. But like I say, I've got the original hardware here. I could play this on my original Game Boy, but unfortunately I do not have a, like I say, a backlit screen. But with Kirby's Dream Land, and this was one of my absolute gems of the system. I bought this one when my parents, well, I didn't buy it, when I went over to England in 1995. I was 10 years old. I'll most likely talk a lot about going to England when I was 10, because there's a lot of stuff that I bought there. Like I still don't have Zelda for Link's Awakening, but I bought Zelda there and stuff like this. But Kirby's Dream Land was an absolute gem of a game. It's such an amazing game. It really sparks a kind of and say a cult following behind Kirby, and there's not too much. I know there's Kirby's Dream Land 2, there's Kirby Pinball Land. I think there may be some more on color, but mainly they pretty much went onto GameCube with Air Ride. You got Battles. I can't remember the one that's on the Kingdom something. Yeah, basically there's a couple on the Switch. I think there's one on the Wii U, if I remember rightly. Kirby, I believe it's Lost Stars or something. Oh no, oh man, now I can't find it. Kirby K. I know I have it. I'm sure this will be edited out anyway. There it is. So there you go. So yeah, and about the game, basically, amazing game. You pretty much, as Kirby does, he inhales the enemies, he can spit them out, he can inhale power-ups, he can inhale everything. Yeah, pretty much you're just trying to get go. An evil king has stolen the magic twinkle stars, and if they're not recovered, the people of Dreamland could starve. Really fun game, just a really bare bones platform that's just a cool graphics, really cool niche kind of stuff, and yeah, the illustrations and the graphics of it are pretty good for it. So yeah, if you have never got this one for Game Boy, I would highly recommend it. It is a gem of a game for the system, and is one that I would put up in my top 10 for sure. It's just a gem. Really unfortunate with that sticker that they shove right on the front of their chairs. Whoever put that on, most likely someone in New Zealand with an 0900 number. Yep. So yeah, great game. Next one here is it's a pinball game. It's the reason why I'm putting this one up as well is because of the fact that it's part of Kirby. I thought, why not? I'll play both Kirby games. I'll show you of course, I'll show you me playing it on my system there. It's pretty much like a Sonic Spinball, a Pokemon Pinball. It's just basically a pinball game with a couple of little side additions and stuff like this, and pretty much just having Kirby all plastered all over it. So 3 different pinball games. Each game is 4 screens tall. Tons of secret bonus levels. It's battery back. Memory saves your game in progress. So that's pretty cool. It's got a memory save on it. I'm not entirely sure if this one actually did have a memory save on this one. I think you just pretty much got to the end. But yeah. Yeah, but like I say, bare bones pinball game. Most of these games always came out with a pinball game at some point. I'm pretty sure. I feel like there's a Mario pinball somewhere as well. But yeah, pinball games are pretty much pinball games. They're fun, they're annoying, very RNG unless you know what kind of you're doing, because I mean you could flick. I mean, I say random, but it's not really. I mean, if you flick it on the right angle, you will get it. There was a game that I was playing, Pinball Effects 2 on the Xbox. That one there I was getting pretty good at, but still some of the achievements in that, they're nearly impossible. And these kind of games are a little bit more fun just to pass the time and have a little bit of fun when you're a kid and enjoy. This one I never owned as a kid. But I got this one from Chris Greenhoff on NZ Retro quite a while back. So, yeah, stoked with that one. And I'd love to get Dreamland 2 at some point. It is a bit expensive, so it does sit up there quite high. But, yeah, another Kirby game for the system. Like I said, I'd love to get Dreamland 2, and that would finish off my Kirby set for the Game Boy. But other than that, that's pretty much me. Hopefully the videos come up a little bit good. I'll try and get some good lighting on it. I mean, with the lighting on this on these emulator systems, they're actually really good backlit screens, LCD. So hopefully it shows up and shows exactly what. And if I do that, I may even contemplate doing that with instead of capturing, maybe actually just putting my phone up as close as possible as the TV, and maybe I can play like that. Saves me kind of having to pull videos off YouTube and the possibility of maybe someone saying, "Hey, you can't use my video" or anything like that. Even though I do give them credit, I get it. But yeah, until next week. Hopefully you guys are tuning in, and if not, like and subscribe. I do keep forgetting to in somewhere in the middle here to say things like that, but I notice a lot of people that do view my videos, around about 70% of them aren't subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, by all means subscribe, like my videos, push that notification bell on the top right there. So until weekly pickups, hopefully we get some goods. See you guys then. See you later.